Syria now says artillery fired from Lebanon has landed near its territory, raising fears that the widening regional conflict could spill across yet another border. As Israeli strikes intensify in southern Lebanon and tensions surge across the region, Damascus is warning that it is closely watching the situation and may respond if its territory is attacked again. In a statement early Tuesday morning, Syria's military said artillery shells fired from Lebanon landed near the town of Saraghaya, around 20 miles west of the capital, Damascus. The Syrian army accused Hezbollah of targeting Syrian military positions in the area. Hezbollah is the powerful Iran-backed Lebanese militant group that has long operated along the Lebanese-Syrian frontier. Military officials also said they had detected new Hezbollah reinforcements arriving along the Syrian-Lebanese border, a move that has raised alarms inside Damascus. According to Syria's state news agency, SANA, the army said it was carefully monitoring the situation and assessing developments along the border region. The military also said it was communicating with the Lebanese army while studying what it described as appropriate options to respond if Syrian territory is attacked again. The statement marks the first time Syria's military has publicly addressed cross-border tensions since the latest wave of conflict erupted across the Middle East. The intensifying military activity comes as Syria's President Ahmed al-Shara warned that the escalating crisis represents what he called an existential threat to the entire region. In remarks reported by Syria's official news agency, the Syrian leader said Damascus had strengthened its border defenses and coordinated with countries across the region. He also said Syria stands with Lebanon and with Lebanese President Joseph Aoun, who has previously called for Hezbollah to disarm. That regional escalation began late last month following US and Israeli strikes on Iran, followed by Iranian retaliation across several fronts in the region. Meanwhile, Israel has continued launching strikes in southern Lebanon in recent hours. Lebanon's national news agency reported several Israeli attacks, including strikes in the town of Magdal in the Tyre district and in Kafr Sasir in the Nabatieh district. Heavy Israeli bombardment was also reported near the town of Syria, as well as on the outskirts of Bint Jbeil and Ainatha. According to the same reports, at least 4 people were killed in Israeli strikes on 2 locations in the Bint Jbeil district. Israeli military spokesman Brigadier General Efi Defrin revealed that Israel is leading a significant offensive effort against Hezbollah around the clock.
In Lebanon, we are continuing with a forward defense for the residents and settlements of the north. Northern Command is spearheading a significant offensive effort against Hezbollah, operating around the clock. So far, we have attacked over 700 Hezbollah targets, including more than 100 targets belonging to the Radwan force, which is Hezbollah's primary terrorist unit. We have struck over 50 targets in Beirut, including 35 multi-story buildings that served as terror infrastructure for the organization, deep within the civilian population.
Tensions are escalating on the Israel-Lebanon front as intense clashes erupt across eastern Lebanon. The armed group Hezbollah says it has confronted Israeli forces attempting a helicopter landing in Lebanon's border region for the second time. According to the group, the operation targeted the town of Nabatieh, where Israeli forces allegedly tried to deploy troops. Hezbollah says Israeli forces launched the operation using around 15 military helicopters that approached from the direction of Syria. The aircraft reportedly flew over several villages along the eastern mountain range, including Janta, Yafufa, Arsal, and Ras Baalbek. Some of the helicopters then deployed infantry units in the Saraghaya plain near the Lebanon-Syria border. Hezbollah fighters say they immediately engaged the helicopters and the infiltrating ground force. According to local media reports, Iran-backed fighters opened fire using what they described as appropriate weapons during the confrontation. A source cited by the Lebanese broadcaster al-Mayadeen claimed that one Israeli helicopter was struck during the clash. Meanwhile, Lebanon's state-run national news agency reported heavy fighting in the mountainous area of al-Shara near Nabatieh. The clashes reportedly broke out after Israeli troops landed on the heights along the eastern mountain range. As the confrontation unfolded, Israeli warplanes and drones were seen flying heavily over the border region near the Lebanon-Syria frontier. Hezbollah says its fighters continued to engage Israeli forces attempting to advance in the rugged terrain. At the same time, the group announced new rocket launches toward northern Israeli settlements. Hezbollah says the launches were part of evacuation warnings issued for areas in northern Israel. These include the cities of Kiryat Shmona and Nahariya. The failed Israeli helicopter landing operation marks the second such attempt reported on March 9th.
News never stops. The world keeps turning, and every turn tells a story. Wars, elections, geopolitics, Davids versus Goliaths.
While everyone is celebrating the US-China trade thaw, Trump has been quietly doing something else across Asia.
These were once home to the ancient Silk Road connecting east and west.
But who's connecting the dots? Who's decoding the global storm? Welcome to Times of India videos.
You're watching a special edition of Global Pulse with me, Neha Khanna.
בהנחיה שלי ושל שר הביטחון ישראל כץ.
Durante este año,
We decode the shifting grains of geopolitics to you. From Washington to Wuhan.
Встановлені домовленості і сьогодні підписуються.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Just 2 years ago, Canada was one of the most popular countries for Indian students.
From Davos to Delhi, we track the decisions that move markets, shift policies, and shape the future. No jargon, no bias, just clear, credible, global journalism. Because understanding the world doesn't have to be complicated, it just has to be smart. And that's what we do best. At Times of India videos, we don't just tell stories, we build perspective. We connect the dots between what's global and what's personal, what's happening out there, and what it means for you. It's fast. It's fearless. It's making sense of the changing world order. Times of India videos. Because your worldview is just a tap away.